All right, Mr. Mayock's grade 4 class, here we are right now. We're doing our first live video lesson. Katie can barely contain herself. I saw you keeping your snicker in. It's okay. It's kind of cool. I know. I'm with you. Anyway, she's like, I can't believe you singled me out on our first live lesson. Color poem. So here's what a color poem is. Raise your hand if you remember doing a color poem first. All right. So color poem. Color poems can follow the format of the 5 senses. And that's kind of like one of the most important ways to look at that right here. So we've got 5 senses. I've highlighted it in yellow, which means that you probably can't even tell. Sorry about that. Maybe I should go back and highlight it in a different color. Let's do green, keeping in with the theme that we have here. Let's see. A color poem can follow the format of the 5 senses. There we go. Color what? Oh, yes. It's because I didn't, when I undid something, there we go. When I undid something, I undid it too much. Anyway, so a color poem can follow the format of the 5 senses. The color blank feels like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and looks like. So we've got feels, we've got tastes, we've got smells, we've got sounds, and we've got looks. So what color are we talking about here? Obviously call it out. Green. The color green. Did you say it in Hindi? How do you say it in Hindi? Alu? Okay, we're going to have to, we've... Okay, sorry, we're in the middle of a live lesson right now. This is interesting. This is how it goes at school sometimes. Sometimes you have a mob of students come to your door asking non-specific questions. What do you need all of? From whose class do you come? And he needs computers?
We're doing some research for a presentation and we don't have computers, so we just need a couple of computers.
How many is a couple? May I ask you a question? Have you checked the Learning Commons? I would do that. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, we're going to be using ours in just a couple of moments. Thanks very much. All right. So here we are. We're back to the color poem over here, and here's what we got. So here is the color poem. This is just an example of a color poem that has been created. Green feels like a slimy frog. Somebody just went blah. Do you not like frogs, Katie? No. Katie's not like frogs. Who wants to read the second one for me? Go ahead, Momoka.
Green tastes like a Granny Smith apple.
No, not just any apple, but a particular one. Does anybody have a favorite apple? Like this particular one is a green Granny Smith. Momoka, what's your favorite? Ambrosia. I love ambrosia too. I also like, I want to hear some of yours. Jason?
Sour apples?
So you like sour apples? Is that a candy?
No.
You like a tart kind of sourness to them, right?
I said Fuji.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. You said Fuji? Fuji. All right, I don't know that I've had a Fuji apple. Max?
I like apples that come from Amsterdam and not here, and I don't know what they're called, so I just call them Amsterdam apples.
It was the longest explanation for an apple I've ever heard. But very descriptive, thank you. Zane?
Golden Delicious.
Golden Delicious guy, all right. Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
I like green apples, but I don't know what type it is.
Okay, it could be a Granny Smith. Jace?
Green Delicious?
Green Delicious. Arnath?
I like Honey Crisp.
Honey Crisps are delicious, my friend. I agree. This is all opinion, but it's interesting. What about you, Liam? All right, all right, all right. Sweet and bitter at the same time. All right. Yeah, Hamza. A pink lady? Pink lady apples. All right. I like gala apples.
Gala? Gala?
Jason.
I like notch apples from Minecraft. I like notch apples from Minecraft.
All right. So that's what in this poem. That's what tastes is like. Now, green, to the author of this poem, smells like grass that has just been mowed. Raise your hand if you know what that. And do you see how that's specific? Not just grass, but it's that freshly cut grass smell. How many people love that smell? How many people do not like that smell? All right. Some of the same people raised your hands. That's confusing. Here's the next one.
It's like a mixture.
Green, okay, well, I understand. Green sounds like a grasshopper chirping.
What? I always see a grasshopper.
And green looks like a turtle's shell. Yeah. So what I'm going to ask you to do, my friends, is I'm going to leave this up here as an example, but I'm going to ask you to come up with your own color poem. And so the first thing you need to do in coming up with a color poem is choose a color. Choose a color. What else makes these this poem particularly easy to understand? What would you say, Cass?
Use the 5 senses.
Yes. Use 5 senses.
Yes,
Also, one line for each sense. Anyone else? Ellie? Ellie's just pointing straight ahead. Onward we charge. Thank you. Tatum.
Well, it just all makes sense because it's all the color green.
Yes. Yes.
The same color.
And I'm also going to say use descriptive,
Words.
not just words, but that's absolutely correct. Words and phrases. Now, who can give me a descriptive word and phrase that you can see over here somewhere? Yes, go ahead. Cass.
The green smells like grass that has just been mowed.
That has just been mowed. Yes. So I'm just gonna go over there and grass that has just been mowed. Exactly. That's very descriptive. Anyone else? Give me the descriptive word or phrase. Cassie?
I want to go with the turtle shell one.
Okay, go ahead.
The green looks like a smooth turtle's shell.
Ooh, now I like this because you're saying that like a smooth, is the turtle smooth or the shell?
The shell.
Okay, so what I would probably do then,
A smooth turtle's shell.
a smooth, or what about a turtle's smooth shell?
Yeah.
Both can be true. Both can work in English, but that's one way to kind of bump it up. Absolutely. Somebody give me another descriptive word here. Tatum.
Well, in the frog one, they could have said green feels like a slimy green frog because that's the descriptive color.
Well, you know what? That's interesting. What I'm gonna, like, if we did that, like, let's just think about that for a second. If we look at green feels like a slimy green frog. If we did that, oh, sorry. If we did that, we're gonna have something. Hopefully you see that right there. Yep. You're gonna have green here and there, and that's unnecessary repetition. We've already said green. So we were already thinking green, but now we need some other words to describe. Make sense? So I would keep green out of it right there. We've already got it at the beginning. I need some more descriptive words before we end off here, and I give you a chance to practice this on your own. Arnav.
Green tastes like a
Granny Smith.
Granny Smith.
That's descriptive, not just any kind of apple, but a Granny Smith. It'd be even more descriptive if you described it like Max did. He almost gave a whole paragraph.
Or you could put
That's all right.
Smith. Put Will Smith instead.
Will Smith doesn't make apples.
Hi, Granny.
Who's got another adjective? What about for the frog or the grasshopper or the turtle? Come on. Jace.
Slimy.
Slimy for frog. Yep, that's descriptive. Anyone else? Green sounds like a grasshopper. Go ahead. Chirping. Yeah, that's the extra bit. And then not just any kind of shell, but a turtle's shell. And if you want to bump it up even more, you can say a turtle's smooth shell. There you have it. My friends, I think that gives you enough information to go on to begin working on your own, on your very own color poem. Aim to be descriptive, aim to follow the poem criteria right here. And that's my story. Thanks, everybody.